Ganeshaya Namaha. Saishwaraya Vidmahi Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Sahna Vavatu Sahno Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Asato ma sagamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukh Bhagavave. Om Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Sai Ram. Good evening and welcome to day 26 of the Atma Chalisa Parayanam. It's a very strong energy. So on one hand, I'm feeling like the sun, absolutely hot. My body is as if, it's just generating so much of heat and energy. And on the other hand, I have a cold. So both hot and cold. I'm blowing hot and cold today. So let's see what reaches you, the heat or the cold. I hope it's the heat, not the cold. So yesterday we had a very interesting conversation around discrimination. And before that, we had talked about detachment. So we've been talking about the two angels in our life called detachment and discrimination, Viveka and Vairagya. The two V's, and the third V is me. So these V's give us victory and in this game of life. So today, though I had thought of talking about something else, but right this instant, I have been inspired to talk about something completely different. So we talk about today this whole idea of why life is a game and why we should actually take it as a game. And there is enough times that we have kind of circled onto this point and we have drawn interferences and we've drawn conclusions and we've kind of concluded towards it. But let's just talk about that because I think it's so important to understand this and it's so important to experience it. Otherwise, I see, all of us make life appear to be too heavy and therefore the pain and therefore the stress, therefore the anxiety. And for example, when I hear that to detach, it is difficult, when I see we sometimes get so uncomfortable in certain situations, and we start thinking anxiously about certain events in the future. All this points to me the fact that we are taking life too seriously, right? And because we take life too seriously, we build stakes on this life, right? As the expression says, our life depends upon it. But what is life? And what depends on what? We must examine all these things actually to realize how funny life is. Actually, it's like experiencing heat as well as cold, contradiction. Finding joy when everybody is finding things difficult is again something very interesting. Two different opposing viewpoints. And finding humor in life when things are absolutely crazy around you is exactly why things are crazy around us. And when we have discussed and we have accepted that the only thing certain about life, there's only one thing certain about life. And by now, I think each one of you knows what is certain about life. Yes, Philippa got it. It is death, that we are going to die. If it is such a given and there is no suspense to it, the only timing is unknown. And since each one of us knows it, that the idea of the body is to die, and since it is the only thing around which is impermanent, and we are looking for this permanence, so when we talk about and we understand fully that, look, this ain't real, this ain't going to last, and I'm not gonna take anything back with me. I came empty-handed, I'm going to go empty-handed, and everything in between does not belong to me, is not mine. If there is nothing mine, then where, and neither do the people who are around me, they are mine. They are just associated with me, like we are all associated together, right? When our time comes, we don't know in which instant we have to say sayonara, bye-bye, tata, my time's come, right? And we saw that so beautifully. Look, today we will all be experiencing, I'm experiencing the presence of Harbhajan with us. And he had promised yesterday that while Ramesh is going to be away, Harbhajan is going to be present. And he's telling us, hey, look, body is such a joke. And if body is such a joke, it's not going to remain. And its going is absolutely certain. And actually the day when we come, the date of our exit is absolutely fixed. Not a moment before, not a moment later. Then what are we serious about in life? I just don't understand. All those things that you think you are going to lose, and all those things that you think you are going to gain, and all those things that you have desires for that you never got, and all those people around which you're trying to build this whole castle of life, none of them, at least none of their bodies, none of the objectification of that is of either any value or is going to last. And then we've spoken about the whole idea of detachment. And when we are not attached to any of this, then where is the question at all of having any stakes in life? And when we know that it's such a play, that this body is being given to us before it falls away, before it becomes feeble, before it becomes, too old to respond, we must discover and experience that which is not going to die, that which is beyond birth and death, that which is ever permanent, that which is immortal. It is a treasure hunt. Have you ever cried in a treasure hunt? Have you ever felt stressed in a treasure hunt? Have you ever felt any kind of unhappiness, negativity? It's such a beautiful game. You're searching, you're looking at clues, and you're trying to decipher those clues, and you're trying to figure it out, and and then look at the joy. There is no sense of remorse, of having played in a treasure hunt. We are on a treasure hunt, and the duration of the game is the duration that the body is given to us, and the duration is uncertain, not known. How beautiful is this game? How beautiful is this setting? That we don't know these variables. We only know that this is going to happen. And so therefore, we don't know how much time we have. Therefore, all that we have is this present moment. Just imagine how beautiful it is. How amazing has God or universal consciousness created this play, this Maya, this game, this Leela. Leela is a sport. Krishna calls it a Leela. How beautiful is this Leela? How amazing that we find it so real. How amazing that we fall into it. How, these five senses make us go astray. But that's what the game is. You understand the foolishness of how we fall for it. But, as you awaken, as you start understanding, as the light of knowledge Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. We are chanting this every day for the last 26 days. We are saying, please, oh universal consciousness, take me from the unreal to the real. Please remove the ignorance by bringing light of knowledge in my life so that I experience that immortal truth, and my sense of attachment to this false idea that I am the body and therefore I am the doer falls away forever. Just imagine how beautiful and how simple it is. But and when we have understood, when this understanding has come to us, it can, in an instant, we can shake it off. But we keep saying, how difficult, I'm trying. What do you mean by I'm trying? It is the truth. Either you believe in it or you don't believe in it. But if you believe in it, then what is the question of trying? Then in an instant, it falls. When we say we are trying, it means we are not doing anything. It means we are not convinced about it. It means that we like the idea, but we are too weak to, put it into practice. And remember, the only way to experience something in life is to do Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasana. And Nididhyasana does not happen. I have repeated again and again, and I'll keep telling you till you all get it. Because we have not done enough reflection, we have not done enough manana, we have not convinced ourselves that yes, where is it? Where is the question of attachment? If I am a divine soul and if I am that supreme consciousness, so is everybody else who is in and around my life. Where is the question of good and bad and ugly and evil and danger or fear or desires? Where is a question of that? But since we do not connect this, since we just pick up one thought and look at it in isolation and we forget everything else and our desires and our attachments take over, everything else at the back gets erased. That is why it is called Maya. And the only way to tackle this is to keep doing contemplation, reflection, self-inquiry on it till it gets completely focused in your head. And we are not weak. Whatever we will to do, we always end up doing. So when we say I am unable to do it, it means we have not willed to do it. We still like the idea of holding on to our attachments. That is all. Everything else is an excuse. Because what we really understand, we just do it. We have done it. We have enough examples of that in our life. And we know it, that is the truth. We're just hiding behind our attachments because we like it somewhere. And that's the reason why we build stakes, because we are always fearful about people. We are always fearful about things going, that may go wrong. And therefore, this life keeps dragging us. It keeps dragging us. And we are not able to experience that treasure. And we are not able to experience life as a game. It was never meant to be heavy. Remember, God created this creation so that the beauty of this creation could be enjoyed by everyone. It was created out of sheer love, and so that this love could be experienced by everyone. That is why we all came in. We are all divine embodiments. We've come here to experience that love and experience that I am actually that source of love. But why it became heavy? Why the stakes became too high? Why we are so concerned? Why we are so afraid? Why we drag through life with such a heavy heart is because we somewhere, when we started to come and enjoy what the Creator had shown us, has created for us, we started to develop hooks and started to get attached to it. Oh, I like this, let me have it. I like this is mine. I like this, let me hold it for myself. Oh, I like this house, let me buy it for myself, right? I like this person, okay, let me have this person, to be with me. And for everything which we came to enjoy and love, we started to just get attached to it. So if we understand now that there lies our challenge, then we know exactly how we can even get out of it. The opposite of getting attached is to get detached. And what gives us the willpower to do it is the right understanding. What I'm attached to is not real. It is as illusory. And what is real is permanent and is part of me. Life was never meant to be such a heavy place. It wasn't meant to be a place where we found the going so difficult. And the difficulty, as we have understood by now, is because of this weakness of ours. And this weakness has been there because we just did not know it. We did not understand it. We never had the knowledge about this. And therefore, that now that we understand it, and now that we know it, and now that we are able to see it, we should be able to do something about it. And the only way to do something in life is by doing it. There's no other way. We did things out of ignorance. We did things because we did not understand what this life was about, what the goal of life was all about. Why was this constant birth, death, birth, death? And when we do, then we need to undo. And suddenly everything lifts up. Like yesterday's exercise of cleansing our prarabdhas, cleansing our vasanas, cleansing all those things that are troubling us. We introduced this powerful technique, which was so beautifully by Swami Rama, of the exercise of the Guru Chakra or the Jnana Chakra on the Trikuti. Instantly, all that has been holding us down starts to get cleared. How all this knowledge, this information is coming to us is because we are seeking it. It's because our time has come. So today I want to tell all of you to let go of this dread and doom, this fear and this insecurity, this negativity, this idea of good, bad, ugly, likes and dislikes. This is all something that is the reason why we are in this world, because of constantly getting trapped in this and creating a matrix around us and being trapped in that matrix. We've never been able to break. Every life we create more and more matrices, and we keep building walls and walls and walls around us. And in an instant, we can shatter all the walls. As I said yesterday, once the kingpin or the centerpiece, which is the Atman, is in place, everything around starts to fall into place. Right? And that is what our journey is about. That is what we're trying to experience. That Lord of the universe that resides in us. We call it by different names. Call it Gurudeva, call it Atman, call it the soul, call it the consciousness, call it by many names that you like. The name just does not matter. That can only be experienced. So we have to, all those who are born have to necessarily perform actions, duties, fulfill responsibilities, because we have been placed in different situations, different families, different circumstances. And according to our situation, we must perform our dharma. We must perform our duty. We cannot escape from it. But we have a choice. Are we performing our actions with a joy in our heart, or are we unhappy, or are we approaching our life with trepidation, with this sense of fear in us? So as soon as our perspective changes, as soon as we see it as a game, as soon as we see it as a mission to be accomplished, and it is a game because there is nothing at stake. Remember, stake is if you're going to win or lose something, right? That's when a stake is there. But in this stake, it's very clear. We came empty-handed, we're going to go empty-handed. So there cannot be a stake. What is at stake? Nothing. There's simply nothing. I can't even take my body along. Forget anything else. What I'm carrying along is the most rubbish thing which is going to bring me back is my mind, right? So I have to do two things. I have to lose my mind, and when I lose my mind, I don't become crazy. I gain something, which is the essence of life. So if you, brothers, sisters, ladies, gentlemen, mothers, if you can simply spend this day fully integrating yourself in this understanding, ruminate, reflect, either be convinced or have doubts. If you are still not convinced, eat my head, hammer, but clarify and have no doubt what is your position and your stake in life. And as Philippa said, after doing this exercise yesterday, she says, I felt free. Actually, we were born free. And all this that we think has shackled us just does not exist. So please, it doesn't take days and months and years for us to free ourselves. It happens in an instant, as it must, because The fault lies in wrong understanding. And once the understanding has come, I don't know what is the invitation we are still waiting for. It can only be that I'm not convinced about it. If you're not convinced about it, then you seek conviction. But if you're convinced, then there is absolute no reason for us not to do things. If I'm convinced that I have to go to England, then I'll do every effort to go to England, right? I'll buy a ticket, I'll get a visa, and I'll go. I can't keep saying, yeah, I have to go, I have to go, I have to go. But I just keep sitting there, right? I do it. So please take out this dread and this stake and bring joy back in your life and see life as a game, because there is nothing to lose and yet everything to gain. What is it that we are gaining? We are gaining perpetuity. We are going to taste the nectar of immortality, a nectar that does not, once we have tasted, does not require us to take a body again. Frees us from this eternal cycle of life and death, frees us from misery, brings us in a state of joy, a perennial joy, not a temporary joy. We get something, we are joyous, we don't get it, we are sorrowful. We are released from these clutches and you're present in the moment and you're enjoying everything that's coming. Challenges stop appearing to be challenges. It's a situation, it's a game. Remember, when we have games, when we play a game like Monopoly and situation comes to us, we laugh at it and we say, okay, we'll see this. We go into game shows, we enjoy it. We go into reality shows, we enjoy it. There can't be a bigger reality show than life. In fact, there was a movie made, I'm forgetting the name of the movie. It was Tom Cruise was in that movie, where he realizes that all his life was actually a game show, and people were watching his life throughout. Actually, that's how there is an eternal witness within each one of us which is watching the entire game, and he keeps watching. And as the Upanishads say, that it is waiting all the time for the actor to realize that there is a director and the director is within and he's watching all the moves you are making. And you have to experience that the actor and the director are one. There never was an actor and there never was a director. It's just that they didn't recognize each other and they kept thinking they were two. So to me, to go around life with as if it's painful and as if you have to just go through life, clearly means that we have not understood it. So please make all efforts to bridge the gap in your understanding if there is still any gap left. I was a man on a mission who said that I won't rest till I resolve this. And I've often given this example of a dog with a bone will not let go. And it's just up to us. By tomorrow, we have the power, the capacity to actually shift everything in our consciousness. And when life becomes joyous, when everything becomes a game, and Baba used to say, life is a game, play it. I would say, life is a game, play it and enjoy it. Because games are played only for entertainment. Otherwise, that's why people got bored. That's why people started to create entertainment and they found sports as an entertaining. They went into movies, drama, theater, music as entertainment. You need to be entertained because things are, life is not so entertaining. What if actually the whole of life is a game? How entertaining is the idea? What a sport! What joy! Then suddenly we get a spring in our feet. Suddenly we start to attack the problems and challenges of life with gusto, with enthusiasm. As they say, a song in our heart, a spring in our step, and we dance along life with no worries. I hope and pray that I've been able to transfer some of my enthusiasm and joy and my love for life. And my guru told me to empty my pockets and to empty myself from all attachments. And I realized this was such a beautiful advice you'd given me. Somebody asked me today, how does it feel not having any of this? I said, freedom, joy. And yet everything I need in life is so beautifully arranged. There is only abundance. I can only tell you there is abundance. Because as love starts to expand, it only brings abundance in our life. And we are already experiencing that joy and abundance in this group, I think. Right? A lot of us have never met. A lot of us have not even ever talked. Today was the first day when I spoke to Raju Bhai about what he does. Right? I've never had a conversation with most of you. And yet we feel something happening and we feel this connection. But there is love, but it's a different kind of a love, no? is very different from the love that we have known before, isn't it? So I love you all, and let the blessings of the universe of God be with you always. Samast loka sukhino bhavantu. Samast loka sukhino bhavantu. Samast loka sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Sai Ishwaraya Arpanamastu. Over to you guys.